Hello and welcome to Royale Without Cheese, our biweekly podcast in which we discuss both the classic and the unknown of Hollywood and foreign cinema from the then and now. We are your hosts, me, Tomás Ferreira, Leonardo Miranda.
Hey.
Hey, man.
That's
and
it.
Miguel Aido.
Hi.
Three filmmakers in informal dialogue with a film review each episode. We now arrive at the close of our award season review series after the 95th Oscars wrap-up, a ceremony watched thoroughly by us, hosts of Royale. As a farewell, this episode will be a review of this year's ceremony and big winners. As for our Oscar quiz conducted on social media, we would like to thank our dear participants who came to our party, like Diogo Oliveira, Rita Machado Paes, Bárbara Gomes, Pedro Ginja, André Pereira, Mário Vieira, Carolina Lecoq, Hugo de Souza, amongst others. For last notes, this episode will be in English. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode, or simply give us a like. That's how our podcast can grow ever more groovy. Now, without further ado, let's clean the dust out of the red carpet and dive into this year's frivolities at the Oscars.
Well, let's start with the dresses, shall we?
Let's start with the dresses. I think that Kate Blanchett was horrid. You know, she was wearing a curtain, okay? Like a bluish curtain that we could not cope with. Am I right, guys? Here at E Entertainment, we all think the same.
Amen.
Well, but the ceremony itself was kind of boring, not gonna lie.
The whole overall?
But that's good.
Because we need a little bit of a stirring of it, right? It was a very contained ceremony overall, I think. On that end of things, I thought it was very dignified. I'll use that. It was no surprises, no surprises, no awful jokes, no out of
I
place.
mean, some awful jokes, that's part of it.
I mean, yes, of course, there were awful jokes, but not. There were some distasteful ones, but nothing like mind-shattering or something that would be like, "Oh my God, did you saw that?"
Not funny. Just
Yeah, exactly. Just on that level. For example, just to give an example for now, you had a joke that Jimmy made at expense of Spielberg and his films, saying it was one about his mother, him giving directions to an actor and him saying, "That's not how mommy said it," which I thought it was really, dude, he did a very personal film. And that really sounds like a
that's
stupid mom joke that is not really funny.
Ricky Gervais' fault. Everybody wants to do that now. That's why
It's distasteful.
they
It's
want to
just,
be the insulting guy.
But it's not even insulting in a way that it seems like you are enjoying it, that these rich people are getting it. It just feels like out of, it has no punchline. It has nothing going for it.
It's
annoying.
annoying.
It's annoying. And I heard, this to say it was so contained that you could not, in the following day you always expect that social media is going to be flooded with news of, "Oh, did you saw what happened at the Oscars?" Like, I didn't saw the slap last year live. So the next day I was like,
No, I
what
didn't.
the heck just happened?
It's awesome. It's so cool.
My God, On the other hand, this is the thing, you see these horrible moments happening that shouldn't happen. But then when they do, they are the best thing because they get the laugh out of you.
I don't think
They
it's
are
a
what makes
horrible
these shows
moment. I thought
entertaining.
it was cool. I support the slap.
You thought it was cool. You support the slap.
Chris Rock would disagree.
Yeah, I think you would
Fuck him.
disagree.
He's a little bitch.
It's just the kind
Don't
of thing
care.
that from the viewpoint of you going, just put yourself in the shoes of someone going at a ceremony with other peers, and just his mind process to get out of the chair. Okay, I'm doing this now. Going to the stage. Okay, I'm doing it, and now in front of all these people, I'm going to slap him. This is not a mistake. This is being dumb. It's just
Yeah,
this is
that's why I
just,
respect
like,
it.
what the fuck is going
There's
on?
commitment there. Real
There's commitment and stupidity.
Yeah.
But
But I don't care. Like, people reacted to it like it was the end of the world. Judd Apatow saying he could have killed him. And he's like, what? Have you never been slapped, man? Like, relax. Everybody, like, so many of those people there were acting like it was this traumatic event. Even Amy Schumer was like, "We're still processing this. It's like a lot to deal with." Like, you dumbasses, who cares?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
So silly.
But going back to the ceremony, what did you think of the winners?
The winners.
Yeah,
It
well, I'll
was
start
pretty
by,
predictable. everything. There wasn't anything that surprising, in my opinion.
Yeah, there wasn't anything that surprising.
Especially by the time, like, once Everything Everywhere started winning, it was pretty obvious that it was gonna win everything else.
Yeah, here in Portugal we have this channel that makes this quiz, right? So where you have to make the guesses for the award show, who is going to be the best what and who. And all the three did it. All three of us did it. And I can't believe that I didn't do more of Everything Everywhere all at once. I didn't even do, I'm not sure. I think I did Michelle Yeoh. No, I actually put Kate Blanchett on Best Actress. God damn it! I should have put Michelle Yeoh on Best Actress. I should have predicted that.
I did go for Everything Everywhere on a lot
Yeah.
of things, but I did get it wrong on director. I did not think the Daniels were gonna get it, but they
Yeah,
got it.
but
they
they've
got it.
been
Yeah.
recently they've been giving it to the same. I mean, what the director and film have been going
Yeah,
to the same
that's
film
true.
usually, so
True, that's true. Actually,
not that often that it's not the same. You know, when
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh won, I was thinking that Michelle Williams heard her name like at the beginning and must have been like, yes.
Yes. I don't think she has ever won, really.
No, but she has
I
several
suspect.
nominations.
I mean, who cares? I mean, she's a great actress, anywho. But to be fair, I haven't seen Everything Everywhere all at once.
Yeah, me
yet.
neither.
That's a big fault on my
What?
end.
It's one of those films we all have a lot of opinions on. We haven't watched it.
Yeah. So yeah, to be fair, opinionated, but not on a fair basis.
Yeah, like I don't think, regardless of what I think of the film, eventually when I watch it, and I don't predict to love it, maybe enjoy it, maybe. But regardless of that, I think it's at least impressive that a film that is kind of weird and strange and creative wins this many awards. I think it's not the worst it's not the worst film to be setting an example for other films to follow, even if from what I've seen, it seems a little annoying.
Green Book by the brothers who gave you Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, like the Green Book.
Do you
or
realize
Coda
this,
even.
audience? Realize that you gave a Best Picture Oscar to those directors.
Because like for all the things, I don't think in 1 year people will forget Everything Everywhere. I don't think. I don't predict that to happen. Whereas Green Book and Coda, what even is that?
I mean, I came back to the Oscars this year, and you two reminded me that Coda won Best Picture, and I'm like, what's that film? Who's that? Who? Anyway, like Kate Blanchett really deserved it. I mean, I just seen a tone-based kind of video. It's a channel on YouTube describing how she went like fully deep into learning piano and different layers of it. I just shared with you guys yesterday, and it's amazing. Like she should have. I think she deserved it. Best actress on my book. But somehow I also think that sometimes giving the Oscar to an actress or director is more of an honorary thing.
Yeah, it's
Where it's
symbolic
because
most
of
the
his long
time.
career. Like I think giving the Oscar to Brandon for Best Actor this year was more of a you had a hard time physically.
It was a bit
as
of an
actor.
apology as well. Like
And
we know we fucked up.
you
a
have
bit.
a long career. You've been on our
Yeah.
hearts in terms of the entertainment, being this pop hero with the Mummy and such. This kind of 90s star coming back to the 2000s fold, 2010s really. And yeah, I think in that sense, and being that, I think he's the best part of The Whale. His performance. That's the best part of The Whale to me. Is that I was expecting it to be a lot more sentimental and sappy. It was, but I think it surprised me on for the better that it wasn't that. I think he actually pulled it off, and yeah, I think it's more of an Oscar for his career. And he really seems to be someone who invests himself in the way he talks about acting and how he gives himself to a role, even for the Mummy roles where he just gave it all physically. You just want to give something to the guy. I think it's time.
Yeah, I don't oppose it, although I was a bit disappointed that he won. But You know,
Yeah, I mean,
he seems like a nice
who
man.
I think Colin Farrell on my book would be the one to.
Yeah, for me, Colin
know.
Farrell, even Austin, I think I prefer those performances
I think
more.
Austin would be the. I was saying honest. I was saying Austin because I thought that's going to be the predictable. It's an
Yeah,
American
that's
icon.
true.
It's Elvis.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I thought it was going to be difficult. I would be surprised even then if it was Austin because he's still in my mind. He's the Nickelodeon kid. He's not
Yeah,
like a
the
guy
new
with a lot
guy.
of films on his kind
Yeah.
of a lot of known films. Let's
Doesn't
say,
have
like,
the narrative behind it.
yeah, exactly. It's not a Tom Hanks. You see, it's almost like this is his first film, almost like it's his first feature. It would be too amazing for him to.
Yeah. Maybe it's good that he didn't win. Like sometimes like they win very young, or he's not that young, but they win on the first role that is very good, and their career's kind of stale because they don't know what to do now. I won an Oscar, so maybe it's good. I don't know, but yeah,
But honestly, I thought he could have won and just didn't because it was up against Brandon with his whole story and the comeback.
exactly. If it wasn't Brandon, it probably would have been Austin because the others they weren't really in contention as much.
Yeah.
There's always this side of, as you said, the narrative behind the nomination,
It's the
which
narrative. It's the
just part of it.
politics.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
all
always
that.
been the case.
Yeah.
Always. It's you know, all there's because sometimes these performances are all so good that that's the decisive factor. It's the who has the better story and who can we make headlines more about, you know.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah, I
it's a very
understand
old
that.
actor and they haven't given him an Oscar yet, so
Yeah,
I mean,
like
you
I
understand
mean,
Even
those kind of
Scorsese winning
decisions.
with The Departed was a bit that, giving an Oscar finally to a guy who has been here for 30, 40 years.
that's quite funny. I didn't know the party had one.
He
It's
won Best
interesting that
Director, I think, for that one.
it's like they looked at the clock and were like, well, we haven't given you anything. You've been here for a while, Raging Bull and all that. So maybe now's a good time. And also Gary Oldman, I think, was one of those cases where it was more of an honorary thing for his long career than for his performance per se.
Even Leonardo DiCaprio a bit.
For The
Yeah,
Revenant.
Yeah, because there
Well,
was that talk for so long of when is he gonna win, man?
well, in that case, I really think he deserved it. But that's I really like The Revenant, and I think that was
I
really
didn't
hard to
watch
do.
it, so I don't know. But
Oh my God!
like
Was
my
that's because
understanding from
you
what
don't
I
like
saw,
Inarritu?
I like him. He's okay. But from what I
Yeah, but you
saw,
were repelled. You were repelled by the.
it
I
just
need to
seems
get
like
out of here. The cold, my wife, revenge.
it just
You
seems
know.
like let's throw him in the nature and that's difficult, easy
Yeah,
Oscar.
the pitch was like, what happens when you throw Leonardo DiCaprio into the
Nay,
wilderness?
with a bear and Tom Hardy.
Who do we have in Arito? Let's do it. Who is he? He did Babel, sir. Okay, that's perfect.
I don't think Babel would be
That would
the
be
one.
the
Probably
recommend.
Birdman.
He did Birdman, sir. One I'm trying to be the clerk. One Best Picture. Did it won Best Picture? I don't know. It did one Best Director, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Yeah.
No idea. See, we forget. This is why the
Forget,
Oscars don't matter that much.
It's the final thing we need to understand, people. The final statement, if anything, is that Oscars awards don't matter. It matters if the film, survives the
they
test
matter.
of time.
They
Yeah,
matter a little bit, but they're not
It's
the
nice
end
to
all.
receive an
be all.
award,
Yeah,
to get the
exactly.
recognition. Of course, if we all got nominated, that would be amazing.
Yeah, of
But
course.
it's important that a film survives, the test of time in the mind of people. I think that's what really stays. I was seeing something the other day. What was it? Owen Wilson won an Oscar with Wes Anderson, and this was on a talk show with Jimmy Kimmel. They were just talking about it, and it's for a film. The title, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what film that is. I can't even
I thought
remember
it
what
was
that
the
title
Royal
is.
Tenenbaums.
No, it's not. It's another film. That was the thing. They were discussing the fact that you are more known for the Royal Tenenbaums than for that film for which you won the Oscar. That was the argument they were making. That was the thing they were discussing. I was like, yeah, like this proves it. Like Royal Tenenbaums is much of a thing film in people's minds. Something that stays than that other thing. For best song, going through some other of the winners and nominees, I really thought that Lady Gaga's Top Gun was going to win.
I put Natu Natu.
Yeah, but
that
Natu
one was
Natu.
a wishful one, and it worked out.
Have you seen the film?
I've not, but I love that song. Natu Natu.
Oh, you have heard the song before.
It's
They're
super
just
popular.
saying Natu Natu all the time.
It's one of the most popular film songs.
I've just
It's
discovered.
been
I
like a
discovered it
phenomenon.
with the ceremony. I've
Yeah,
heard
me
about
too.
the film.
Yeah, I think the song helped the film gain an audience.
I see.
Yeah.
I've heard about the film recently. I think it's about some kind of revolution in India in the beginning of the 20th century. Two kind of
Although
main
it's not a
characters.
Bollywood film. Don't say it's a Bollywood film.
Okay.
No, it's
But it
just
has perhaps Bollywood influence in the style of the dancing.
it's like calling an independent, not the same, but like not every American film is an Hollywood film. Is that more what I mean? But yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, there are elements.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the dancing is amazing, of course. I mean, the
Yeah.
song, I don't know. I don't know what
I mean,
to
the
say.
dancing is half of it for sure.
The dancing is half of it. The dancing is amazing. They're masters at choreography.
Best song or dance and dance.
Those
whatever you want.
those two first songs that they showed, the applause one and then the Everything Everywhere, the David Byrne one, they were awful. They were really bad.
Yeah, David Byrne.
the first one was really
I really like David Byrne, but I wasn't a fan of his song really.
The song is I love him. He's awesome, but the song is terrible. I thought it was terrible.
The song is just a couple of it's a couple of essential key lines of "Is this life?"
This is life.
I'm like,
This is the life.
I don't know. It
Yeah, and the
feels
first
kind of-
one is even worse because it's just it's nothing. It's the most generic.
The first one is
Oh my god,
very
the first.
forgettable.
It's so nothing that I forgot what you're talking about. Now I remember. It's what is the film? What was it? The lines were so stupid. Like just
It's just
so
those, it's
forced,
that typical
like-
uplifting Oscar song.
give us love or something. It was something like that. It was like boring as fuck.
But yeah, it was for me. It was really between Natu Natu and Hold My Hand.
Yeah. So much so that in the past few days when I'm making lunch or something, I'm with my phones and I'm like with Lady Gaga, hold my hand, and I'm doing pasta, hold my hand.
Great song. It's a great song.
Great song. And I'm thinking I'm Tom Cruise, and I have the sunglasses, and I'm smiling, and I'm volleyball, and I'm thinking this is not gay. I repeat, this is not gay. I'm just
Not
just
volleyball.
imagining
This
myself
time.
in
It's
the
American
scenario.
football.
It's American football,
Yeah.
Do the Rhinos on the beach.
Just dudes being dudes.
The first
and the
one
girl.
was called Applause, and it was from the film Tell It Like a Woman.
Wow. There was a film called Tell It Like a Woman?
Never heard of
Apparently.
it.
Ah, wow.
They always have like these random songs that no one even knows where they come from.
But
Just-
what's like amazing? Every time Bond is nominated, he
course.
wins. Because it's almost like they're too lazy to kind of evaluate.
That's easy.
It's so stupid. The politics and the ideas behind, or some of the choosings, you can see right through it. Like, oh, it's Bond. It's an ages-old franchise with a tradition in music, song making. So give it to them. I mean, really, Todd Field, I think, should have won Best Director. I think he did a
What were I
terrific
put?
job
I
with
I
Tar.
predicted Spielberg, but it
Oh,
was
yeah?
between for me
I put
Spielberg
Todd
or
Field as well, yeah.
Has he ever won Best Director, Spielberg?
I don't probably has. It seems like he has.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
assume so. Yeah, but it felt just like the one they would go to because Todd Field is not really the established filmmaker.
No, he has done
And the Daniels
few
neither.
films.
Yeah,
But
But I
Daniels
mean,
neither. But then again,
The
the
Daniels
Daniels
are even
neither.
less.
The Daniels haven't really, they have their films are like Swiss Army Man, a film called The Death of Dick Long,
Dick Long. Yeah,
which is a guy who must have a long dick, I imagine. I don't know.
I know
maybe,
the.
though.
I've read the premise. I will
What's
not.
the premise?
No, doesn't matter. Let's move on, please.
Let's move on.
Uh,
Lenny's
but yeah.
Rage. We should make like a marathon of Daniel's
I mean,
films.
from their 3 films, I think Everything Everywhere is the one I'm going to at
most probably
least-
watch.
Yeah, most probably watch and tolerate.
Yeah,
and actually
accept to
goddamn.
waste my time with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't predict I will be watching their other 2 films anytime soon,
Mhm.
unless I really like Everything Everywhere. But yeah, That's my
I
take
think
on it.
Everything Everywhere will be a kind of film that I'll pop in when I want, or when I'm in that mood for something entertaining that doesn't demand from me a lot of thinking, like a Marvel film almost, because it has that taste. It's like a
Yeah,
Marvel film where
it does.
it's a lot of special effects and going from here to there and people shouting
Yeah.
and in your face and almost saying in your face, look how funny I am, look how funny I am, look how funny I am. Yeah, I get it.
But
You
it
have
seems,
long
at
fingers.
least, like, unlike a Marvel film, it does seem to have an emotional core that I
Yeah,
understand
I
people are
suspect
connecting
that's
to.
how people
For me, I'm just scared
connected
about the
into it.
comedy being really annoying.
Yeah, that's my fear as well. But I remember when I saw the Swiss Army Man, I liked it, but it was some years ago, some long years ago. So I don't know. Maybe I'll
No,
think a bit
you
different.
didn't just like it. You really loved it.
I really loved it, actually.
talked
I'll
about it a
reiterate.
lot.
I really love. I talked about. Did I talked about it a lot? Okay, this is evolving. Did I talked about it a lot?
You were like every day.
I don't
No,
think it was a lot. I
like
think I really
every
liked it,
day.
but it wasn't every day.
No,
It
we're
wasn't every day.
kidding.
I think I really liked
But he
it.
talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, I talked about it a little bit. Yeah, I don't know.
Right, we gotta move. Let's
Gotta
more,
move. Gotta
more
move. Gotta move on.
best cinematography. What did you guys think of it?
Best cinematography went to All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah,
right.
the one I predicted, but I was
I mean, I
still-
get it.
I
But yeah.
understand it. I've seen the images; they're pretty rich in atmosphere. But
I still think it's an easy Oscar to give.
I don't know. I would have given it to Tar, maybe.
Yeah,
Personally.
I put Tara on the.
yeah, Tar was interesting. But then again, they're different films, different genres. A horror film is going to be. I mean, I haven't seen All Quiet, so you have seen it. So you
Yeah.
tell me, what do you think?
It looks good, but it also
What is it about?
All Quiet. It's about the Western Front. Yeah, it's just a war film about how bad war is and how much it traumatizes you.
Mm-hmm.
But it also films it in a beautiful way, so you can't help but be enamored by war. So it's like I think the
that was,
cinematography doesn't have a purpose. It's necessary. It looks like a TV show, like a prestige mini.
Whoa,
series.
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
not
that's
saying
what I-
insulting.
that's what I
I'm
was
not
thinking,
saying
yeah.
like
That's-
these TV
that's
shows
quite
look
something.
incredible. Like the TV shows look incredible, but
Uh-huh.
it doesn't stand out as a like the way that Tar does for
A
me.
movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Roger Deakins did it in 1917.
I think the cinematography is one of the strongest points of 1917, let me tell you that. I think narratively speaking, it's nothing that impressive. It's not one of my favorite war films or anything.
It couldn't be very impressive with what he was doing. I mean, just with what he was trying to do, it couldn't be very narratively complex. I mean,
But I don't think that because of what he's trying to do technically, that should mean that narratively it's going to underperform necessarily. He could have made something, I don't know, more interesting at times. But anyway, the cinematography does have interesting moments.
Because his argument was that I want to tell this story and the best way is through one take film.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if that's the story you want to tell, it's a very poor story. I mean, it's just very simple. For me, it clearly is the other way around. He wanted to tell this technically challenging.
Yeah. He wanted to
thing,
focus on the gimmick.
and then that gave rise to what the story was, which was very simple narratively.
Yes.
Although, yeah, the cinematography is very good. Yeah, very, very good, and the music as well.
And I think it wasn't, it's not the first time that a film makes a long take. That is a long take, essentially, whether faked or not. It's not the first time this happens, but because it has happened in the recent history of the Oscars with Birdman and so on. When it comes to 1917 and him making his his take on the long shot, I'm like, well, this is not impressive anymore. Like, I don't know. I arrive at it and I'm like, I don't know what to feel anymore. I've become numbed towards the this technique, or maybe in the way he did it. I wasn't really taken by it. I do find the sequence by the church at night with the fire amazing, with the soldier running through the shadows. That was, in terms of the cinematography, that was the most kind of exhilarating sequence in the film.
Yeah, that was very good.
Yeah, in terms of the music as well, I think the music was hand in hand with the visuals on that one. What else? We went at best director. We've talked about best leading actors as well a bit. Best song. Best cinematography, best supporting actors. We had Jamie Lee Curtis, and we had Ke Huy Quan.
I don't like. I'm happy for him, but
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy too,
Yeah,
but
I
just
think it's more.
because he's so likable. But really, I mean, I would have given it to Brendan Gleeson for the Banshees.
what were the other one?
I gave it to. Well, I gave him precisely to Ki Hui Kwan, but
Yeah, me
because it
too.
was a predictable thing,
Yeah.
not based on my taste. I would have given to Barry Keoghan. I think he
That
did quite
was
of a. You have problems with it?
no, I don't have problems, but I think it was
Got a
unlikely
problem,
just because.
buddy? Got a problem with that?
Oh no, and I'm not even talking about the likelihood of it, because if it's on that level, I would have said Ki Hui Kwan for the win. That's
Yeah,
the most
yeah.
predictable. But Barry, I know, I just think he did such a character so specific and full of mannerisms that I think, yeah, he really put himself
Yeah, but for me,
through
it's
it.
the Banshees between those two guys, probably.
A lot of good
Brandon.
performances in Banshees. I think it's one
The
of
four
it's,
are
in
perfect.
terms of performances, one of the best of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it could have easily gone to the four of them in all categories. Like if it's in a different
Yeah.
year, maybe where there's a
In an
different
alternative
competition.
universe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the multiverse.
The multiverse.
But yeah, but yeah, Ke Huy
And
Quan
supporting
won.
actress.
Actress, it went to Jamie Lee Curtis. I don't know.
Honorary, purely honorary.
I've even
I
seen
think.
fans of Everything Everywhere saying that they wouldn't like.
Yeah, and then she did that speech of, I like Jamie Lee Curtis and I like her kind of, spunkiness and the way she says things with honesty. But she said such an arrogant thing on stage. Like, it doesn't look well. Like, I'm here. I've always been on genre films, and so I represent you all. And I was like, arms open, arms open. I'm here for everyone. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Jamie, like, this is a bit much.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
it was a bit self-ingratiating. I don't know.
it's such an actress speech.
Yeah, it was cringeworthy like hell.
I don't know. I haven't watched the film Everything Everywhere, so I don't know. But from what I've seen, even from that performance, I don't know. Doesn't seem as essential as Carrie Condon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, Carrie was the best one.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But again, I haven't watched.
That's
We've been very
hacks.
we've been very unfair to Everything Everywhere.
Yeah, we haven't watched it.
And yet opinionated about it.
Yeah, but like it won. Fans of Everything, you won. Like you won everything.
You won.
Like we are the losers here. We're the haters who are losers.
Yeah. What about best screenplay? I would have gone for Banshees as well.
What won?
For best screenplay.
But what did win?
I think it was
was it Everything?
Everything Everywhere. God damn it.
God damn it.
Best adapted screenplay was Women Talking, and I did Living.
Oh, that one is random. I didn't.
Yeah, I also did Living.
That. But there have been a lot of articles about the winner of the adapted screenplay. I don't know her specifically, but it seems like
Sarah Polley. Sarah Polley is pretty famous. She's an actress as well. I think I've seen her in stuff. I think.
What did she do?
Let me see. At least I say because I'm familiar. When she showed up on screen, I was like, oh, I know this person. Yeah, she's been an actor in 50 films.
50 films? What?
Yeah. Mr. Nobody, Dawn of the Dead, Existence, the David Cronenberg one.
Oh yeah.
Splice.
Wow.
Yeah.
She wrote
Terry Gilliam. No, she's an actor.
Nobody.
She's an actor.
An actor.
An actor. What about best scorer, Miguel? What's your take?
Which one won?
All Quiet.
Oh.
All Quiet with his
I mean, for me, just because I'm such a fan of Carter Burwell, it had to be the Banshees.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really good. I mean, not just because I'm a fan of it.
Has he done? Did he do the In Bruges score? Because you also say that is pretty good. I do remember the flute in Bruges. It has the. I can't even kind of do the melody, but it's quite. I don't know. It has some specificity to it that is very. You take pity on the characters because of it. I think. Of their predicament.
Probably that score was even more deserving of a nomination.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless,
Best
this
animated
one.
feature was Pinocchio. I'm very eager to see that one. Leo has seen it.
It's pretty good. I really liked it.
Seems interesting. Best animated short, not Ice Merchants, although that would have been pretty cool. It was the horse thing. The horse thing and the boy.
The
And the
boy
seahorse.
don't care.
And the donkey, the horse.
Yeah, all those.
Robbed.
Silence.
No comments.
Ice Merchants. Best production design, I would have said Babylon, but all quiet, yet again. All quiet because of their, the dirt, I guess, in the trenches.
I got that one right. I got all quiet right.
Yeah, that's
Best
some
visual
fucking
effects,
bullshit.
Avatar, what else with best visual
That was
effects? What else?
unexpected.
That was like,
What?
Yeah. Who else? Best editing. Best editing, everything, all the time. For someone who hasn't seen the film, I would have said yes. It seems like the kind
It
of film
has
that
the
would...
most editing, at least. So
Yeah. And it seems that, Caroline Lecoq, one of our followers in the podcast, has shared with me, an article saying that it was made by YouTuber editors or something like that. Like people who actually have learned editing only and solely through YouTube and made the film.
Pretty
and
cool.
I was like,
I mean, I saw the timeline. I saw the premiere timeline of that film. It is pretty crazy. A lot of fucking layers and shit.
I imagine.
But when did the editing become that?
Yeah,
Start
editing
rewarding
isn't just the most you do. It's like the purpose, but whatever.
Yeah. It becomes more of a editing that needs to be seen. Like it needs to be a thing that you see. You need to see the cuts or whatever. It's not necessarily, there are various styles and
That's
types.
why it's also it's one of the most difficult ones to judge because what makes good editing?
I mean, I have no idea how they judge it, honestly. I don't know if they have access to the timelines or they talk to the editors.
Can you share the timelines? Can you send an XML file?
No. They definitely do that. I mean, I'm sure of it.
But Everything Everywhere All at Once won Best Film finally. We kind of have been building up to this.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't shocking.
What? Yeah. So it's a promise to see right after this. First film to see Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I'll probably take a year.
It'll take a year.
Just to...
Even after watching the film, take a year of sabbatical to just meditate. What happened, Leo? What did you see? I cannot talk about it. I went to the mountains. They go back for Leo, some kind of guy from the military, bursts up the door and like, we need you back. I cannot go back. We need you back on Royale Without Cheese. You're the only one to save the podcast. I cannot.
Best picture, who would you guys prefer to
win? Well, Tar for sure.
Yeah, Tar.
Tar for sure. That would be mine.
But it would be funny if Avatar won or Top Gun.
Yeah, it became unlikely as the show went on, but
yeah, exactly.
I mean, at the beginning, before I thought Avatar could win, or Top Gun, yeah.
I thought as the show was going on, I thought that All Quiet was going to win Best Picture, but then I realized that was
I based my predictions on the Hollywood Channel a lot on the BAFTAs, and some things do repeat, some don't. And Best Film generally doesn't, Best Director doesn't, Best Leading Actor and Actress normally does. The actors normally do. This time, Brandon, it won. I think it was Austin on the BAFTA. And Elvis won Best Makeup and Hairstyle. Can you believe that? And I based my prediction on that, even though I did not believe, like my guess on Best Makeup would be for Batman, just because the work they did on Penguin, on Colin, once again. So because that Tom Hanks, Jesus fucking Christ, we have talked about it and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it doesn't help with his stupid voice.
No.
I'm the snowman.
I'm a snowman, you see? We're all drifting childs wandering in the distance. Okay, that's all for today, folks. Don't forget to subscribe, share this episode, or simply give us a like. That's how our podcast can grow ever more groovy. Let's see each other for next year's ceremony, and hope you come all in with your tuxedos really tight and neat and your dresses prepped up. And I'm going on and on, but that doesn't matter, because keep groovy, everyone. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
And the Oscar goes to us.